Breaking news! Charlie Sheen settles the 2017 HIV lawsuit for $120,000 after allegedly lying to his ex-girlfriend about his HIV status. So Charlie Sheen didn't tell he did not tell his ex that he had HIV, and he had unprotected sex with this woman over and over and over and over again without protection. Unprotected sex. See, that's what I was talking about a few days ago. People have to protect themselves because it's real out here in these streets. And just because a person is a famous movie star or a famous rapper or a famous singer doesn't mean that they can't get sick. Just because somebody's on TV and they're making millions of dollars doesn't mean that they can't get sick. Just because they have a yacht and a helicopter and a private jet doesn't mean that they cannot get sick. And people just don't get it. They just don't get it. It's like, look, this person is a human just like you. And humans get sick. Humans make mistakes. Humans make bad choices. That's what humans do. That's what makes people human. Because they're not perfect. There's no perfect humans on this planet. Because if there were perfect humans on this planet, this would be a perfect planet. The planet would be perfect. Everything would be perfect. But unfortunately, this planet is not perfect. Why? Because the people on the planet, they are not perfect. They are humans, okay? Humans. Human beings, which is humans existing. They are existing on this planet. So to go back to the whole Charlie Sheen thing, he settles the lawsuit case for $120,000. His ex-girlfriend only wanted $120,000, which is weird. And it's all over the news. $120,000. He exposed her to a disease that you cannot get rid of. And he said, you know what? I'll give you $120,000. $120,000? Just think about that. He knew he had this, and he decided not to wear protection. He knew the girl didn't have it, and now he's saying, you know what? I apologize. Here's $120,000. What is $120,000, man? Give her $120 million. give her $120 million because that was not cool. That is not cool. That's illegal. People go to prison for years for that. You know, people go to jail for years for not telling people the truth. You only giving her $120,000. She settled for it. That don't mean the settling. What is that? Give her $120 million, Charlie. Charlie, give her $120 million because it's the right thing to do. $120 million. She deserved $120 million because you didn't tell her. It says that Jane Doe claims that she and Charlie Sheen had protected sex over the next 2 months until October 26, 2015. When the two engaged in unprotected sex, Jane Doe claims that immediately after their unprotected sex, Charlie Sheen stepped out of the room to smoke. When he returned, Jane Doe claims he threw a bag of pills on her bed and told her that he was, in fact, HIV positive. Charlie Sheen, you only gave her $120,000 and you just did this stuff. The woman claimed Charlie Sheen admitted to lying previously. Jane Doe claims Charlie Sheen instructed her to take the pills in the bag and that she will be fine. She says that Charlie Sheen told her to take 2 pills immediately and then the remaining pills later in the day. Jane Doe maintains that she never would have had unprotected sex with Charlie Sheen had she known he was HIV positive. She claims that Charlie Sheen blamed her for her exposure and said that he was noble for having told her about his HIV status at all, you mother. Obviously, Charlie Sheen didn't care enough to tell her before it even happened. Obviously, Charlie Sheen didn't care enough to tell her in the beginning when they first started hooking up, when they first started dating. Obviously, he didn't care. And now he's like, okay, I'm going to give you $120,000. You can go buy a Rolex and a Toyota. People, protect yourselves because there's people out here that don't care about you. They don't care about nothing. Protect yourselves and stay safe.